Yo, what is going on, you guys? Welcome back today to another video. And in today's video we are going to be talking about the first generation Honda Civic. With these videos I'm planning on making like a series pretty much on the history of the vehicles, you know, that we know, whether it be American market, Euro market, Japanese market. So if you guys are going to be interested in those videos, be sure to leave a like and a sub. Go ahead, drop a comment, let me know what vehicles you guys want me to go in depth with. But in today's video we are going to be talking about the first generation Honda Civic. They're known as the SB1s or SGs or SCs or even the VBs. Those are pretty much all the chassis names. I couldn't quite tell the difference in chassis name though, only because every version seems to be very similar to each other. However, these cars were released in the 1970s. Now 1972, that's when the Civic debuted, especially in the US. And the reason that these cars became so popular is because, one, in 1973 oil was put on an embargo, and with that, gas was becoming more and more scarce in the United States. The majority of people were driving American vehicles. American vehicles had larger engines, therefore utilizing a lot more gas. And what cars were fuel efficient? Those were the Civics. Those were what basically put the entire Japanese domestic market on the map. The Civic was not the first vehicle that Honda had released in America. Honda has had a line prior to the Civic, and those were the N360s, also known as the N600s. Now those vehicles, they didn't do too well. They sold about 20,000 to 30,000 units prior to the actual Civic. However, the Civic did draw on a lot of concepts of the N360s. The engines went from a 2-cylinder to a 4-cylinder engine. These vehicles were paired with either a 4-speed manual transmission, a 5-speed manual transmission, as well as a 2-speed semi-automatic, also known as Honda-matic transmission. That's basically your automatic manual hybrid transmission. And the Civics, even in the first generation, were offered in a sedan and a hatchback. Like I mentioned, there are little differences in chassis. However, there's pretty much your Civics, your Civic CVCCs, which are really important, as well as your Civic RSs. And the RSs pretty much in today's day and age are like your tuner vehicles. Those are, you know, your red badge vehicles. However, those were not actually available in the US, so the more sportier version was not available here, unfortunately. And now getting to the even more important part, the US was pretty much facing two major setbacks in the 1970s. One, in 1973, and two, the Clean Air Act, which began prior to 1970 but took more effect in 1970. Basically all vehicles, or the majority of vehicles in 1975, had to pass an emissions test. The Civic was in great standing with both of those, one being a 4-cylinder engine, meaning it could last longer. It produced about 40 miles per gallon. And the CVCC engines, also known as the compound vortex controlled combustion engines, debuted in 1975. With the Clean Air Act enforcing cleaner air emissions, that was the whole point of the CVCC. The CVCC met the new standards in emissions and did not need the use of a catalytic converter. Therefore, it was able to run with either unleaded or leaded gasoline. Basically, these cars had a various number of engines, all of them being from the E series, the EB1, EB2, EE CVCC, which basically drew on the EB engine, EJ CVCC, which was used later on towards the end of the first generation Civic, EC engine, ED CVCCs. Basically, those engines were broken up into 4 engines: ED1, ED2, ED3, and ED4. And pretty much that is the first generation of the Honda Civic. It was a mass production vehicle and it was very popular, especially at this time. And with that, if you guys did enjoy the video, be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know any cars you guys want me to go in depth with for you. But yeah, that's it for today's video. Be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.